Hey guys, so I wasn't going to make this video because I am a very slow reader and I haven't read much the last 3 months, but I thought, you know what? We're going to do it anyway. So I'm going to be wrapping up December, January and February in this video, and I think there's like 10 books total. Okay, so to start off, I think I'm going to go over some of the stats. So I have actually read 9 books between the 3 months. So in December, I read 3 books. I done 2 physical, 1 Kindle, and that was a total of 1,475 pages. And then January, I done the same thing. I read 2 physical and 1 Kindle, but this was a really short month for me. I did start a couple of books in here, but I hadn't finished them at all. So we read 764 pages. And then February, technically I didn't really start any new books. I was finishing the ones that I was reading in January. But nonetheless, also 3 books. We have 1 physical and 2 on the Kindle. And these were really big books, okay? So we have 2,185 pages. In total, it's 5,247 pages for the last 3 months. So to start off in December, we did read The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore, and I really didn't like this book. I gave it a generous 2.75 stars. Do I remember what happened? Not really. I really didn't connect with this at all. I didn't connect with the characters. I felt like it wasn't a grumpy sunshine. The female main character is supposed to be like the Grinch, but me personally, I didn't think she was. So this was a very big miss for me. I was excited, but it just did not hit. Then the next one we read was The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. This was my first ever Lucy Score book that I've ever read, and I really liked her writing. I'm not a fan of third-person books, but it was so good and it was so smooth, and like everything just went so well together. This one was a Grumpy Sunshine romance. I gave this a 3 stars. It was average. I liked it. Would I read it again? No, but it definitely is better than the last one. With this one though, I did feel a bit of connection kind of with the main female character in a way, more in the sense of she thought that she couldn't have a career and have a child at the same time. It was one or the other, and I'm so glad she got her. It is a happy ending. I'm so glad she got her happy ending, and that was where the highest ranking of the book came from for me. Then for the end of December, we went and done Zodiac Academy Heartless Sky. This is book 7 in the Zodiac Academy series, and this one only got this one here only got a 4-star for me. You're probably like, only a 4-star? Well, I've been ranking these books pretty high. Like, these are so very high. The only reason it got a 4-star too was because of the ending. If that ending didn't happen, it would have been like a 2 or a 3-star. I personally found that half the book literally could have been cut out. Like the whole middle part of it could have left. This book was 716 pages, and it was the longest, most dragged out thing I have ever read. So it was very boring. I almost DNF'd it. I really wanted to DNF this series, and I was like, no, just push through to the end, because every single book, something happens at the end. I'm glad I did, because number 8 is so much better. I don't know what was going on with number 7. Next up, I decided to finally pick up Powerful, which is the novella to the Powerless series, and I was so hesitant to go into this, but I kept getting told, read it, it's so good, it's sad, it will make you cry. Yes, it did make me teary, and I gave this a 4-star rating, which surprised me. It really surprised me. I personally think Adina and Mac should have been the main characters. This is a novella, and this was so much better than the main story Powerless. Like, these guys deserve more. They need to be the main characters. The ending Just the ending is so sad, and you do need to read the first one to understand the ending of the second one on this. Well, not really understand it, but it kind of gives the whole perspective. But I did like this. I really did like this. And I'm just so sad that there's no more of this. I can't say why. It's a spoiler, but I'm just sad that this is the only one we're gonna get. And then next on the Kindle, I decided to start the Mindfuck series because I have heard so many things about this series. There's 5, why'd I do that? There is 5 books, and I didn't realize all these books are actually really short. They're all like 130 roughly pages each, and I was like, this is yes. So I started the first one, and people rave, like absolutely rave about this series. It's like the top tier, like favorite. I loved it. I did love it. But I feel like the first book was kind of like an introduction to the 2 characters, and we kind of see where their lives are and what they do, and kind of meet who they are. So I do see it getting really good from like the second book onwards. The first one kind of leaves on like a little cliffhanger, if you say, and I kind of to be honest, halfway through the series I wasn't that invested, and then when I got to the end and read the last chapter, I was like, I actually do want to jump into the second book. I haven't yet, but I will be. Pretty much this book series is about a serial killer and an FBI agent, and they fall in love with each other. But this FBI agent actually works on serial killer cases, and he does work on the case of our main female character, and she's kind of trying to stay away, like a secret. So we didn't really see the crossover in the cases much in the first book, but we were getting there. So I'm excited to really see where it goes. So the last book for January we read was Butcher and Blackbird. Now this one actually kind of surprised me. I was really excited for this, but it's one that I had on my TBR for the longest time and I just wouldn't pick it up. But the third book came out in February, or it's coming out. It's either out now. I think it would be out now by the time this video is up. But I was like, you know what? It's time to read it. It surprised me. I started off thinking, is this going to be the book for me? I love dark romance. I love crime. I love serial killers. I love mystery. And then I got about, I think nearly about halfway, and it was probably around the 3-star mark. I don't know what happened. Something clicked in my brain and I fell in love with the characters. Like Sloane and Rowan, well, everything that Rowan was doing for Sloane was just wow. Like they made a restaurant together and he'd done a special seat just for her, like a booth just for her, because it's in the exact same spot where she would sit if somebody was literally coming up to her and she had to escape or make a run for it. The detail this man gives to Sloane is just like next level, and he knows what he's doing. He knows what he is doing. Absolutely loved him. Besides that, it's really funny. This is such a funny rom-com with that whole serial killer aspect, but it is funny. There's triggers on the front of this. You'll have to read the triggers. It is gruesome. It is gruesome. It does give details, but I live for that. So this one did get a 4-star from me. Apparently the second one isn't as great, but you know, we'll see. We will see. So like I said, February, I physically haven't started a new book. I did start these ones in January. It's taken me so long to get through them because I've just been so busy. But I was like, you know what, just post this anyway. So like every single other person on this planet, yes, I did start reading this. This book, I know it's meant to be small, but it feels chunky. And to be honest, the first half of this book was kind of slow in a sense. Like things were happening, but things weren't happening. There was like a lot of more world building and info dumping and character development and all that stuff. And to be honest, I didn't reread Iron Flame before this, and I do feel like I would have enjoyed this more if I'd done a reread before this one. So in saying that, I do plan on rereading all three of them sometime, probably next year when the next one comes out, because I do feel like I would enjoy this a lot more. So this one here did end up getting a 4.5 star, and I think it's just the series as a whole. I just love Xaden, and I absolutely love how protective Xaden is in this book, and I do really love Violet's character development. She is so good. We got there. The other thing, Riddick couldn't get, I really couldn't have got through this without Riddick, Tarn or Andana. So, but that's all I'm going to say. I really don't want to say much about this one because I don't want to spoil anything. And for the last two, this was the biggest of all, and once again on my Kindle is Zodiac Academy, Beyond the Veil, and Sorrow and Starlight. Sorrow and Starlight was literally like a 1200 page book, and I was tandem reading it with Beyond the Veil. Literally the only thing I recommend out of the whole Zodiac Academy series is do tandem read these two together. Do 8 and 8.5 to be together, because I genuinely cannot see, I like 8.5, I wouldn't have enjoyed that at all if I didn't read it alongside 8. It's literally the exact same timeline happening in two different places, and you trust me, just trust me, you do want to see them together. Okay, you do want to read them together. Everything makes so much sense. I personally think they should have just wrote the book together. Because of the tandem read, if I was to rate these two put into one, it's a 5 star. It is a 5 star. I've had all the feels. I don't know if I've had all the feels because it is the second last book and we're coming to an end, but I feel like as the series goes on and on and on, I genuinely get more sad. So I've had all the feels. But separately, I would rate these both a 4 star each. Beyond the Veil is good in the sense if you, like I said, you read it alongside 8. Out of that, I don't feel like there's enough context in the book to thoroughly enjoy it. It's kind of like more, it answers some questions here and there, but like that's it. There's like no place for it on its own. Sorrow and Starlight would be a 4, just purely because I just love all the characters. Like, they're my family. I can't rate anything less than that. And the only other reason is because of how freaking long the book is. It's literally my downfall. The book is so long. It took so long to get through. Just... But now we have one more left, and that book I think is just about the same. I think it's like 1300 or 1400 pages, and just... So that's all the books that I read for the last 3 months. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you've read any of these ones, and if so, are any of your favorites, or what do you recommend? In my last video, I did do a massive book haul, so if that is your thing, I'll leave the video right here. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up. I highly appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you then. Bye.